Hi everyone, I'm Joe Santacroce, Assistant Director in the Office of Career Services at Salem State University, and welcome back to our Career Connections series. Today we're going to be talking about why you should be utilizing career services as an undergrad student. We're fortunate today to be joined by two guests who are both alums and who have both utilized our services during their undergraduate experiences. Our first guest today is Beatrice Salazar. Beatrice graduated in 2016 with a degree in accounting and in 2018 with an MBA, both of those from Salem State University. After working at a local college access nonprofit for 7 years, she has taken on a new role in student financial services at MIT.
Hi, Joe.
Thank you. Hi, it's so good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem.
We appreciate it. So I have a couple questions for you. The first one is just, why did you decide to utilize career services during your undergraduate experience?
I was very much putting off the internship process until the last possible second, which I don't think is anything new for college students. But when the time did come, I was very, very nervous. I realized I had maybe waited too long. I didn't really know what to do. I talked to my professors and all of them really recommended go to the Career Center to help you out. I did. I remember I just walked in. Appointments were available and I believe I met with you. And I was able to give you my resume, and I worked with high school students at the time, the college access program. So I had some background in that, but I think it's really hard to apply that to yourself. So I was really glad I went to you guys. You were able to help me make it so much more clear and really guide me in the right direction. Because again, even if I did know sort of what the steps were, I was too freaked out by the timeline that you guys were able to like kind of center me and be like, okay, this is what you're gonna do, get organized, do this. Like you were very, very helpful in that sense.
Awesome, glad. So you mentioned a little bit about your resume. Was there anything else that assisted you with besides the resume?
Yeah, a lot of the Salem State resources I didn't really know about. I mean, I knew about, the LinkedIn page, and I knew that you guys could prep me for interviews and all that stuff, but I wasn't aware of how much Salem State had going on backstage in terms of like the network opportunities they had. And so many of them were online because the Salem State network is bigger than you realize. So that was something that, I had no idea about until I went to you guys' office.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Why do you think a student who's an undergrad right now, who has never come into our office, why should they utilize career services? What can they get out of it?
Yeah. Well, the phrase like, it takes a village or something. I was very much one of those students who, for some reason beyond my understanding right now as an adult, I did not like asking for help. I think it's just like the competitive high school I came from, or competitive tendencies. I always thought that was a sign of weakness. And then coming into college, you realize that's still a little true, but it is mainly just your community. Everyone's there to help you, especially staff. I walked that day into career services, and I, without really understanding the value of a network, because everything else you're made aware about, pretty early on. They're like, keep your GPA and join clubs, join this, like make yourself a leader on campus. But I feel like now we're talking a lot more about network and its value, and that's something that you guys taught me how to take advantage of.
Awesome. So last question for you, or I should just say, tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what you've been doing since graduation.
Yeah, of course. So all throughout my 4 years at Salem State, I worked at the nonprofit in college access, which led me to really find out that I liked working around young people and helping them with their higher education, path. However, in Salem State, I did accounting, and then I did my MBA. So those two are very different things. But I found when I was trying to switch careers this past year and trying to kind of marry those two together, I found a spot in financial services at MIT, which really puts all of that work that I've done for the past 7 years together. You know, I get to work with kids, well, with students in, you know, helping them figure out their finances in college, their scholarships, their financial aid, all of that stuff. And it does obviously have the accounting background that I learned at SSU. So kind of a happy accident because I never thought to put those two together. And then this past year, the opportunity came up and I took it, and it's going well.
That's great. It's amazing how it works sometimes.
Yeah.
About what you study to what you're passionate about, and to be able to bring those two things together is something that's pretty special. So
Yeah.
glad to hear it. We're glad to hear you're doing well. And again, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us today. We really
Yeah, no problem. Happy to help.
All right. Take care. Have a good rest of the day.
You too. Bye.
Thanks so much to Beatrice for her story and of course her experiences and sharing that with us today. Next, we're going to bring in Bobby Raimondi. Bobby received his undergraduate degree in accounting in 2015 and recently became the business controller for a publishing company. And he's also someone who loves his profession. Bobby, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to join us today and have a conversation. We really appreciate it.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good to be here.
Excellent, thank you. So a couple questions for you. One is just, you know, why did you decide to utilize career services when you were an undergrad at Salem State?
Yeah, so, you know, I think graduation was rapidly approaching, and I felt that I wasn't prepared for the real world. So I wanted to reach out to career services to see if I could receive any advice, guidance, you know, and anything would really help. I think it was extremely beneficial, and I'm happy that I did so.
Excellent, excellent. What types of services did we provide to you? Do we help you out with, you know, when you utilized?
Yeah, so I actually enrolled in a 6-week prep course that taught me everything about the interview process from start to finish. So we covered information about creating a resume, asking the right questions during an interview, and even following up afterwards. You know, it may seem like just some simple information, but it was really something that I felt fully prepared for when I started the interviewing process.
Excellent. I believe that's our GoPro class, correct?
That's correct. Yes, it was an amazing course.
Okay, awesome. Glad to hear it. So why should somebody who's an undergrad right now, who maybe has never utilized our services, why should they take advantage of what's offered?
Yeah, I think I think it's incredibly important to utilize, you know, career services. Again, the GoPro course was extremely beneficial and really helped me start my career. But one thing that kind of stuck out to me that someone mentioned after I graduated is that the students that you're sitting next to in the classroom on a daily basis, that's actually your competition once you leave the door. And, you know, getting, you know, a step ahead of the competition is extremely important. I truly believe that the GoPro course that I took gave me a good competitive advantage against other applicants, and I was able to secure a job right out of college.
Excellent. So that brings me to kind of our last point then. Talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing since graduation. You know, what does your career path look like, and what are you doing now?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, I graduated in 2015 with a degree in accounting. I started off entry level as an accounting and finance associate for a Medicare compliance company. I'm currently in school. I'm enrolled in Southern New Hampshire University. I'm currently pursuing a master's in finance. And as you recently mentioned, I decided to change my role slightly as I accepted a business controller role for a publishing firm. You know, it's been extremely, it's an exciting challenge and change during these times, but I'm excited for the opportunity.
That's awesome. Bobby, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to have a chat with us today. We really appreciate the insight, and of course, you know, good luck going forward, and hope you continue to do well.
Thank you, Joe. Wish you the best.
All right. Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much to both of our guests today for taking a few minutes to have a conversation with us. If you'd like to further the conversation, please go ahead and do so through an appointment. You can schedule via your Handshake account by calling us at 978-542-6406 or by emailing career@salemstate.edu. Also, check out our resources on our website, salemstate.edu/careers, and we'll see you next time.